Spontaneous speaking video 55. Okay guys, so it's been a while, I think we're going on 2 weeks since I've uploaded video, and I heavily apologize for that. Like I've been telling you guys, I have a lot of great content that I just want to put out there, but that's kind of what this video is about. I need to find the right time to do it. I have so many good ideas for the SJ's Low-Key Suck video, my trip to Ghana. I even have a video planned for the 1,000 subscribers. I have actually 2 different videos planned for that because I reached 1,000 subscribers earlier this week, and I'm just really excited for that. So, but yeah, this video isn't about that. We'll celebrate that in a different video. Right now, I have about maybe 30 minutes to just go off, and this is not going to take 30 minutes, hopefully. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, yeah, I've just been very, very, very busy. This has been my most busy semester of my whole entire college life, career, whatever you want to call it. I'm taking 18 credits. On top of that, I'm working at least 12 hours at the school library, and on top of that, I'm doing life coaching. My life coaching business is really just blowing up. I'm getting emails from everywhere: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, and it's so great. I love you guys. I really love coaching you guys. In fact, there's something coming up in March where I might start to make that full-time job, because I'm seeing I'm getting kind of tired of being well, I have to rearrange, or I can't do it that day because this, that. But I have something special for you clients, so just stay tuned for that. I'll probably also be talking a little bit more about it in the 1,000 subscriber video. But yeah, so I've been having to deal with clients, not in a bad way. Love y'all. And I've also been having to deal with me and Heidi's live stream sessions and all of that, editing the videos for those sessions to make them at least 10 to 12 minutes or so that we could put them on our new SBA Sigma YouTube channel. And of course, I'm just dealing with a lot. On top of that, out of the 18 credits, I'm also doing math and Business 201, which everybody who knows me knows that I really dislike math. So it's a struggle for me, and I have to spend 3 times more the time on that than I do with other stuff. And then then you squeeze in time for Jamila and socializing and whatever the case may be. But even just now, I'm coming from jiu-jitsu practice. I had to make time for that. So yes, point is busy, 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 busy. But it's fun, Thankfully, I actually have Mondays and Fridays off this semester. How that happened, I do not know. But I am so blessed for that, because you would think that I would use those days to just sit down, relax, and do nothing. But no, it's actually the opposite. It's actually just as busy or even more busy than the other days. Thursdays are my absolute busiest days, where I have 5 or 6 classes, 15 minutes apart, starting from 8:15 and then ending at 3:30. And on top of that, I have to go from North Campus to Main Campus to North Campus to Main Campus. It's just I don't get to eat until 4. So, but right now I'm getting into a routine pretty much, and as I figure out the routine, I'm gonna find these little crevices right now to be able to sit down and do more videos for you guys, release some more videos that I have put on private, so that in case I haven't been able to put out any content, then I have something in the backdrop to be able to just throw out for you guys until I can get something else. And I'm talking very fast, but this is also part of the time management. So the main point of this video is time management, and this is what I've been really learning about recently. I know a lot of people who, I guess we'll start off with this. To become great takes effort, time, and sacrifice. Now, the reason why I say this is because a lot of people really want to become great, but they don't really sacrifice enough time to do that. And I'll give one example. I speak to a lot of different people who say things such as oh, Denzel, you're so this, you're so that, you're so smart, you're so this, you're so that. And it's just they don't know, this didn't just come naturally. I sacrifice time to read. I sacrifice time to listen to a whole bunch of podcasts. I sacrifice time to like have different conversations with different people, specific people. I sacrifice time to even rewatch and reread certain books and take notes and, discuss them and everything. Like, you have to like really like make effort. And so, of course, if somebody's like, symbolically speaking, always going to the gym, then they're gonna start getting like, like bigger muscles. They're gonna start, you're gonna start seeing different things. And then you can't just be like, you're so strong and I want to be as strong as you are, but I don't really feel like going to the gym that much because that's too much effort. I don't really feel like, like sacrificing this much amount of time and this much amount of time. So it's like you want the muscles, but you don't want to work out to get the muscles. And so then when you see other people with the muscles, it's like, dang, why can't I have that? Well, you need to learn how to sacrifice. You need to learn how to put in effort. You need to learn how to put in time. And that's difficult, especially when you have like a lot of things going on, but it's worth it. If you prioritize the things that you want to do, like jujitsu, for example, I'm taking 18 credits, like I said. I'm dealing with, relationship, and, I'm dealing with clients, and I'm dealing with library job, a whole bunch of different stuff. But jujitsu is something that I was like, no, I'm going to set aside, I think that's 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours of my week. Well, so I guess it's 2 different days. So 6 hours in total, 6 hours a week to learn jujitsu. And whatever I do in that time, if I have something else to do, I'm either going to do it before then or I'm going to do it afterwards, so that I can maximize that time. So that means that because I'm using that slot to learn certain things, and it's a big slot, then I have to use other time slots more effectively. You can't just sit around like doing nothing. You have to be like, if you have time to like just sit down and do nothing, now that's good sometimes. Like, I definitely get in my sleep, time to eat when I'm able to. But if you have a lot of time where it's just like you're just like chilling and you have things to do, but you're just like, I'll get to it later. Nah, you can't be doing that. You have to like set and prioritize like what type of goals that you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. So one of the things that I often talk about is listening to podcasts, and they're just like, audiobooks pretty much, because what I've realized is, and I talk about this in my top 20, 25 books that I've read. Sorry, I've been feeling a little bit under the weather recently, but I said that we pretty much have the knowledge to the whole entire world like at our disposal, and we don't take advantage of that oftentimes. Like, you can literally search up anything on Google and it'll come up. If you want to become a professional or an expert at anything, you can go to YouTube. YouTube is the best teacher. I've learned more from YouTube than I have even in my own classes, honestly speaking. But a lot of people don't take the time to do that. A lot of people, oh no, his videos are like an hour long, they're too long. Okay, that's cool. If I'm spitting, like wisdom and knowledge and all of that, and you don't have the time to like set aside and watch that, but you instead want to go and watch like prank videos all day and use up 3 hours of your time to, watch somebody, like do the paranoia prank call, which I've watched a few of those and those are fun. But to become great, you have to put in the effort, time, and sacrifice. And that's just what it is, If you deem something to be worth it, then you need to go ahead and attack that. And if you feel like a book is good enough, if you feel like a book is going to help you, then take at least 15 minutes a night. It's only 15 minutes every single night just to read a book. If you read your Bible, pray, all of these things. You have 24 hours in a day. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. And so what you do with that 24 hours is what counts. Now, I want to recommend a book to all of you guys who may need to like have this type of boost to go ahead and like effectively like manage your time and do all of that. It's called Eat That Frog. And it's written by Brian Tracy, and it says 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. And there's a whole bunch of great nuggets in here. One quote that I really like is, oh, that's not it. It's right here. Planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. That's such a brilliant quote because, you have to, like, whether you're a spontaneous perceiver or not, you have to learn how to do some type of, like, planning. Like, even the ESFP, who's, like, very, like, spontaneous or whatever, it has TE as a tertiary function to, like, help, like, organize. And I see this a lot with my roommate. As spontaneous as he is, he has an organized schedule oftentimes. Like, okay, I got to go to the gym, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. And it may not be, like, strong enough to where he can, like, tell other people what to do, like maybe an ENTJ or ESTJ would, but it's enough to, like, guide him. So everybody, regardless of your personality, whatever, you have to learn how to plan. And then one of the things that I read over here is different lists for different purposes. You need different lists for different purposes. First, you should create a master list on which you write down everything you can think of that you want to do sometime in the future. This is the place where you capture every idea and every new task or responsibility that comes up. You can sort out the items later. That has been very helpful to me. Ironically, I've already been doing that before I even read about that, but pretty much on my iPhone, everybody has the Notes app. And I use that app a lot. And now I've started recently using the calendar app. I didn't even think that I would ever use it, but especially with coaching and that reminder alert, then it's become like very, very helpful. So you go in that Notes app and they have like the checklist. You can tell Siri like, hey Siri, like remind me to do this, remind me to do that at whatever time. You can go into your calendar app and it'll have you like it'll like remind you to do a whole bunch of stuff if you set that up. And you go into your notes and you can write down like certain things. Like now on the iPhone, you can pin notes at the top. And that's been so helpful because now I have like a certain maybe like 8 to 10 notes that are pinned at the top, which is my gym workouts, my life coaching clients, like, information and everything. I have some of my goals up there, like the long-term ones and like, like short-term ones that I have to like, do right now. But pretty much what I'm saying is you have to make great use of your time. And I think like the last example that I'll probably give is, and it's kind of like going back to the whole like gym workout thing. You don't take the time to work out, but you want muscles like that person does. I have a friend. I actually have a lot of friends who do this, but I'm not going to mention this friend's name. But when I first met this friend, then he was like so interested in, like learning more about typology, and like he's like, wow, I've just seen so much, like you're just so enlightened and you're so like confident, and you're so this and you're so that, like I really want that. And I took the time to give this friend like all of these links, all this information, like all these places that he could go. I gave him advice at the time. Like the friend is like always like with me here and there and everything. And I predicted that this friend, it's not that I didn't have faith, but just realistically speaking, I just felt like this friend was not going to take all of this like that seriously. Now, if it were me, which it was, as soon as I discovered certain podcasts, like Personality Hackers podcasts, as soon as I discovered, about typology or about certain YouTube videos and all of that, then I binge watched. And I like watched them. I read every single article. I bought books. I wrote down notes. I did this. I did that. All of my free time, I used it to invest in this. And now I'm reaping the fruits of that. And those seeds that I planted are now like harvesting. And now people are seeing like, whoa, like your muscles, symbolically speaking, because these aren't all that, but like your mental muscles are so big. It's like, how can I get like that? Well, you have to like invest the time. You have to sacrifice. You have to put in the effort. And this friend, after all of these links and resources that I gave this friend, he hasn't used any of them. And sometimes like I'll see the person and he's literally just like doing nothing. Like he's just I'm not like saying it like a judgmental way. I'm just saying it's like you guys can learn from him. As in like he's just like sitting there on the couch. He's not really like doing anything. I'm not talking about Tay, by the way. So, but yeah, like he's just sitting there. He's not doing anything. And I'm always thinking to myself like, okay, yeah, that's the difference between me and him. Like if it were me, then it was me at one time. Then I'd be like, okay, I don't have anything to do right now. Let me listen to a podcast. Even when I'm walking around campus and going to class, that 15 minutes, I use that to listen to a podcast, or I use that to text some of my clients and schedule some sessions. When I'm at work, when I'm at the library, then I usually like log in and I'm doing work at work. You know, I'm either doing my math homework or, you know, I'm scheduling more coaching sessions, you know, a whole bunch of stuff like that. And pretty much I'm just maximizing my time. Even time to sleep, you know, you got to do that. And so pretty much all I'm saying today is make sure that you maximize your time. Make use of your free time. Do not overwork yourself to the point where you won't be able to take a break and then you don't even have any time to do this or you don't have time to do that because you're doing way too much and you're going to just outburn yourself. You're going to burn yourself out. But if you take the time, like manage your time effectively, plan ahead, and make time to like, you know, sit down and eat. Make time to like just sit down and, you know, chill even. Like today I had time to just sit down and watch a couple of movies because I worked so hard this past weekend. So I watched X-Men Apocalypse, which is always so incredibly inspirational to me. I'm going to have to watch it again maybe like 2 weeks from now because I just love that movie so much. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I highly recommend. Professor Xavier's an ENFJ. He reminds me a lot of myself. And then I also watched The Giver, who I also believe The Giver was ENFJ, and then the receiver was INFJ, and you know it was just a great concept. But on top of that, I had 3 coaching sessions today. All of them went very well. You know, I spoke to an INTP. I coached an INFJ who's amazing, and I'm going to be talking about her in a future video with some of her art and everything. You guys stay tuned for that. And then I also coached a I can't remember at the time because my mind is racing so quickly. But anyway, I just want y'all to know that, yeah, I'm sorry that I have been taking like so long, you know, like with posting videos and stuff, but I have all these notes for my future special videos that I'm going to be posting up. You know, I have one even called the ENFJ God Complex, which I think you guys are going to be like very interested in. I have one called Heart of an Evangelist, which I think that I recommend to every one of you guys to watch, whether you're a Christian or whether you're not. I think it'll present a lot of like good perspectives. I have a Denzel Ask and Tell video called Ironing Clothes. And that one, I think you guys are really going to like it. You know, whenever we get the time to get around and do that one, for sure. I have an ESTP interview video coming out. I'm supposed to be interviewing him, like, hopefully this Thursday. It was supposed to be Wednesday, but, you know, Valentine's Day and also. But, yeah. I think that's everything. Sorry that it took so long, even though I was talking fast, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This was inspirational to you. This was helpful to you. Be sure to like check out like more of the upcoming videos, and don't waste your time. Maximize it. Done.